Police in Minnesota have released body cam video showing the fatal shooting of a man over the weekend, which has sparked protests. Law&Crime's Kim Johnson is in Minneapolis and has the latest. Kim?
Jesse, as if tensions couldn't get any higher during Derek Chauvin's murder trial here in Minneapolis, they have, and by a lot. Another death of a black man in the hands of police, this time in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, a town that shares a border with Minneapolis and is not far from here, just miles away from the courthouse. We want to warn you that the body-worn camera footage is graphic. It shows an officer fatally shooting 20-year-old Daunte Wright during a traffic stop for expired tabs. During a press conference, Brooklyn Center Police Chief Tim Gannon said that he believes the shooting was accidental.
During this encounter, however, the officer drew their handgun instead of their taser. As I watched the video and listened to the officer's commands, it is my belief that the officer had the intention to deploy their taser, but instead shot Mr. Wright with a single bullet.
Now, the officer is now on administrative duty, but the mayor of Brooklyn Center says he thinks the officer should be fired. Just as in former Officer Chauvin's case, the State Bureau of Criminal Apprehension will now take over the investigation. Now, immediately after this shooting, peaceful protests, some of them did turn violent, and some businesses here were looted. In light of that, Chauvin's defense team has asked the judge to sequester the jury for any possible tainting or exposure, and the judge has denied that request, arguing that the two cases are completely separate. Jesse?
And Kim, have you seen any protests around the courthouse specifically?
Well, in light of this shooting, no, not near the courthouse yet. However, I suspect that could change, especially since the defense is about to take over and present its case and its arguments. I have already seen previous protesters here around the courthouse specifically calling out defense attorney Eric Nelson, some of the arguments that he has made, and they have not been happy with that. So I suspect the more we hear from Nelson and his arguments, we could see more protesters here around the courthouse in downtown Minneapolis.
Pretty incredible. Stay safe, Kim. Thank you. When we come back into the courtroom for the Derek Chauvin trial as George Floyd's brother takes the stand.